Well, certainly, this posture is not something that I would ever teach in a beginner class, but all movement is medicine, and once you learn functional movement and cultivating positive physiology, meaning control the breath and relaxing certain areas of the body in order to promote relaxation so you can put your life in a semi-stressful situation while the nervous system remains calm. And that's the optimal condition for transformation. We often think in our Western world that the person who is sweating a lot and breathing a lot, who has the 10-pack, is fit. But if you think about it, the guy who can run 100 miles, who barely breaks a sweat, looks like he's not breathing at all, he's the guy that's truly fit. And so what do we do to cultivate that level of true fitness? We put the body in a semi-stressful condition while the nervous system remains calm. Eventually, with practice, you do begin to open up the body to improve your flexibility, to improve your strength and stability, so you are able to do totally wacky positions like this one. And believe it or not, you're using the same functional movement techniques that you would in a brand new beginner class. For instance, one of the most important things that I teach my students is proper spinal alignment. And so, because we sit all the time, the lowest lumbar vertebra and the sacrum is often compressed. So the spinal nerves aren't getting energy and information that they need in order to in order to liberate that part of the spine, which is in charge of legs, urogenital tract, and digestion. It's a really, really important part of the body to open up. So with proper spinal alignment is sitting bones down, top of the hips back, lift and lengthen the lower spine, lower ribs in, lift and lengthen the upper spine, collarbone up. You start to use the spinal alignment in any yoga pose you do when you're weightlifting or when you're simply sitting at your desk, and you start to move blood, the carrier of energy and information, much more effectively and efficiently. So when you're doing a beginner pose, like a half moon pose with hands to feet, this comes from a beginner hatha yoga sequence. It's something great that you can do if you sit a lot or drive a lot. Your shoulders protract, the head comes forward, then you have tightness and tension in the neck and the shoulders, and maybe it's hard to breathe because the chest is so tight. This is a super, super common affliction in our society. So a simple thing that you can do is, it's called half moon pose. It's arms over the head sideways, hands palms touch, interlock your 10 fingers, release your index fingers, thumbs cross. You stretch out of the waist. I'll push your hips forward and lean your upper body back so you get nice and square, like you're sandwiched in between two panes of glass. You bend your body to one side and then you hold it for about 20 seconds, breathing normal. So if you feel your breathing is starting to become labored, you back off a little bit, get your breath back, hold it, freeze, don't move. And over time, your nervous system learns to adjust and different patterns of movement are established as the new normal in your body. So then you do the other side. And then you do backward bending. One thing that's a common affliction in the Western world is the head thrusting forward, right? So when you start the backward bending, very important to draw your chin back and the cervical spine up, like you're a puppet and somebody's got you by the top of the head. You drop your head back. This can be scary at first, but just trust me on this. Relax your head, and then your arms come back, and you push your stomach, hips, thighs, everything forward. So your whole spine is backward bending, and effectively you're getting blood to the part of the vertebra that usually gets no blood because all we do is forward bend. And the last pose in this particular beginner posture sequence is called hands to feet. So you grab your heels from behind, make sure your upper body is glued to the lower body, pull the heels and stretch your body down from the lower spine to the floor. So in any of these movements, you're going to maintain proper spinal alignment. So you don't want to thrust your sit bones up too far, right? You want your sitting bones down, the top of the hips back, so you can start to use the yoga pose to open up the body where you need it. Mainly, we need to create space around L5-S1. Then you pull your heels stretch your body. Roll your belly to thighs, chest to knees, gaze on the leg, hold it 20 seconds, and change. All right, and that's a wrap. Namaste, everyone. My name is Allie again. I'm a yoga teacher in Portland, Oregon and Vancouver, Washington. I teach at Alice Spinal Care and Hot Yoga Vancouver mainly. You can find me at www.allieyoga.com. Have a wonderful day.